Why do you level baseless charges against Mr. Arun Prakash and then you backed out?
It was my fault that I was misguided by what I read in the Indian Express, Washington Post, and the New York Times.
One more question, sir. Were you aware of the consequences if you are proved wrong?
I am working for the betterment of Aam Aadmi and for the Awam Party. I am not interested in fighting court cases. I have accepted that I have made a mistake. Everyone makes mistakes and we should learn from our mistakes. You must have made a mistake in your life. No more questions, please, and thank you very much.
Mr. Prakash, my first question is, sir, why did you accept the apology tendered by Mr. Tejpal? Don't you think that it would have been better if the case had continued and Mr. Tejpal had received the punishment which he deserved as per the provisions of the law?
No, I'm convinced that what I did was right. And there's a possibility that Arvind realizes his shortcomings and stops making baseless allegations against an individual just to gain cheap popularity.
If Mr. Tejpal repeats the same offense, will you forgive him again?
This question is hypothetical. I may not. I'm quite sure he won't repeat this blunder. Justice Mehta has given him a strict warning and he's too scared to go to jail.
Alright, sir, thank you very much.
Thank you. हमारा नेता कैसा हो? अरुण प्रकाश कैसा हो?
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Myself, Anurag Goswami. I am from WAS TV. WAS Democratic TV is the most authentic news channel in the country. This is the only channel which did not believe in Mr. Tejpal's allegations that we are seeing from day one that there is no such substance in Tejpal's assertions. His only interest is to gain cheap popularity and tarnish the images of those leaders who are definitely more competent than him. His agency like Washington Post and New York Times have always been running anti-India agenda, and some of the Indian news channels have also been running shops of agenda in the name of ideologies, propagating fake news. One such fake news on WhatsApp is, ladies and gentlemen, that the former American president, Mr. Donald Trump, is in need of money to fight for the next presidential election. God help him. The next presidential election. So he phoned his dear friend, the Indian Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, to find some solution. And Mr. Modi instructed the RBI governor to find and help him. So the RBI governor instructed the RBI governor instructed his designated suitors to find the EPF Employment Provident Fund and reduce it by 0.15%, ladies and gentlemen. That's significant a drop. The money thus generated will be given to Mr. Trump in order to fight for his next presidential elections. You will also find this news in print media, the same newspaper which had misguided Mr. Arvind Tejpal. Whenever you're not sure of any news, ladies and gentlemen, believe only what I and Democratic TV has to say. Because we provide you what is true, because we are neither aligned towards left, nor towards right, neither towards center. Thank you.
For today's topic discussion, we have in our midst Himanshi and Yuvan. Let's welcome both of them. Himanshi speaking for the motion and Yuvan against the motion. Himanshi, please present your views.
I believe that there should be no punishment at all. Freedom is the most valuable thing in life. When we are punished, our self-respect and self-esteem goes down. There have been many cases where the teachers have shouted badly at the student and humiliated the child. This often leads to nervous breakdowns.
Now Yuvan, your turn.
I firmly believe in the concept of punishment. rowdy and disturbing elements don't understand the value of freedom. Remember, spare the rod, spoil the child.
This is an outdated concept. Days have changed now.
Himanshi, don't interrupt me. Remember, why is she talking of self-respect and self-esteem? Because when the teacher is disrespected by the student, backchats and argues with the teacher, the value of respect falls.
I know him very well. He only wants to impress the teachers and create a goody-goody image.
Ha.
He makes fun of every teacher present here in his or her absence.
Do you know why she is talking of freedom? It's because she wants to bunk lessons and roam around with her boyfriend.
Excuse me, please don't spread such rumors.
You shut up.
You shut up.
I'll give it to you
Learn
nicely.
You wish.
to respect each other. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you that there is no scope for this lovey-dovey game. Mr. Tyndale here has decided to deploy Black Cat commandos on the physical education team led by Mr. Samundar and Mrs. T. Bhutia in every sensitive division of the school. Additional force will be hired from Happy Valley during major events of the school like Campus Sealer, Negotium Adam, Choir Festivals, etc. We now have top 10 news updates related to Wynberg-Allen School, Missouri.
Mr. K. Singh has been shifted from the Department of Mathematics to a newly created department, Institute of Comedy Studies, as his first additional director. The post of director is to be filled later on, so there is vacancy in the mathematics department for Mr. Singh's replacement.
Mr. Patrick assumed charge as the new Chief Intelligence Officer.
Mr. Tashit Singh is the new OSD of the school, Officer on Special Duty. The main task of this officer is to accompany the parents, guardians and guests and make them acquainted with the entire school campus. He takes over this charge from Mr. Champadappa, who has been doing this job extremely well over the past 2 decades.
A team of officials from the Income Tax Department and the Enforcement Directorate today jointly conducted raids at the residence and business premises in Mumbai, Greater Noida and Dehradun of the geography teacher, Mr. Mandal. But they could not find any evidence of tax evasion. Now the big question, ladies and gentlemen, the big question the nation wants to know this, whether they could not find any evidence or whether Mr. Mandal had already hidden on it. In the past, on a number of occasions, Mr. Mandal has got refund from the Income Tax Department despite he did not pay any tax. I've just received breaking news from the newsroom. The newsroom of First Democratic TV has just informed me that Mr. Mandal has been appointed as the tax consultant of Wynberg-Allen.
Mr. Christopher Singh has been appointed as the new counselor and career consultant of the school. However, he has to continue teaching biology until a new biology teacher has been appointed.
Mr. Anil Kumar has been appointed as the press secretary of the school, a job which he has been doing extremely well for a long time. His contacts with the media persons and the press tycoons have been of immense help to the school.
Ms. Meghna McFarlane has been appointed as the director, and Mrs. Manisha Arya and Mrs. Gayatri Trivedi as the two additional directors of the Institute of Theatre Studies.